Saturday at 1 o'clock, Bishop Stang. They are 1-1. They're traveling to undefeated Durfee, and I can't believe that I just said that. Undefeated Durfee. How long has it been since we could say that?
I don't even know. We'd have to go back several years because they had I think 27 game losing streak, going into this season, and I think they've shocked a lot of people. They have a new coach this year, and under their new coach, they're 2-0. They're coming off of a win this past week against, a pretty good Taunton team that tested New Bedford High.
Yeah, gave them a pretty good run.
Yeah, I think it was 63-42 a few weeks ago.
It was something like that.
It was a high-scoring affair, and
they would have beat anybody else but New Bedford with that score.
I know, right? That many points. But Durfee beat Taunton 19-10 this past week, and they just really, I think they're surprising people. They have a new coach, and this past week against Taunton, they actually had to, they were down in that game, and they had to, rally to win that game, and it just kind of shows, once you get that first win, the season, you have that confidence to say, all right, we're down, but we're not out of this game, and we can come back, and we can get another win, and it'll be interesting to see how Bishop Stang comes out, because Spartans are coming off a bye week following a pretty tough loss to Dartmouth. Dartmouth had 7 touchdowns, 7 different players scored. The Spartans didn't get in the end zone. Their only points of the game came on a safety, and it was just a real lopsided game. I know it took a lot of, steam kind of out of the Spartans, sails, because they opened the season with a big win over Wareham, and everything was, great in that game. And it'll be interesting to see who starts at quarterback this week. I know Mike Mello, started the season at quarterback, but in that game against Dartmouth, we actually saw we saw Golden get in. We saw Matt Golden get into that game in the second half. And he had an injury to start the year, a rib injury, but he saw a little bit of time, a couple snaps. I think it was 1 series or 2 series, and it'll be interesting to see who plays this week, because they've had another week off, and Golden should be a little bit more rested up, and he might be able to play at quarterback, and that would make it so that Mike can play somewhere else, and that gives them another option, maybe in the slot he'll play, and give them just a little bit more threat. But it'll be a tough week this week for Stang, and as I talked to Ryan Sylvia after that game against Dartmouth, it's not easy. They're going to face a lot of tough teams coming up. They have Thean, Somerset Berkeley, and it just Durfee has proven to be a tough opponent early on this season. So.
All right, that game is happening at 1 o'clock in Durfee, just a short ride, and it'll be taking place on Saturday. You can follow along with all the action on Twitter at @SC_varsity.